Welcome back to It's a Tool Thing. Today with a tool haul video and a 1/2 inch air gun comparison. And we'll get the tool haul out of the way. Only a couple items today. I picked up this S wrench, which I have some cheaper S wrenches. But I picked up this. There it goes. 1113. It's kind of funny because I saw an 1113 and I saw a 1314, and when I saw the 1314 I thought, man, I wish that was 1315. And then when I saw this one I was like, man, I wish that was 1310. But I decided to go ahead and grab this one because at least I can still use this 11 as a 7/16, so I'll probably get some use out of it. Just a standard S wrench, snap on. End up paying $15 for it, which I didn't think was too horrible of a price. And then the other purchase, I actually ordered it maybe a week and a half ago. I picked up the Thor Astro Impact. Their model number, what is it? There it is right there. 1894. If you haven't checked out Torque Test channel, they've actually ran this gun twice. One as a pre-production unit they borrowed from South Main Auto, and one production unit right out of the box, and it did very good in both of them. I've been thinking about buying a new impact gun, so I went ahead and sprung for it. I got it from Summit Racing, I believe is the site that I got that from, for $169. One thing that was interesting is after I'd ordered it, I thought, shoot, I should have checked JD Tico and give him some business. And I was on watching man, I'm blanking out here. I'm sorry. CP the Tool Addict, and he was on there actually. JD Tico was leaving comments, and I thought, shoot, I should have checked with him. And I mentioned it in the text, questioning him if he had it, and he came back with, yeah, I got them in stock, and they're $154 if I remember right. I might be off a little bit, but it was definitely cheaper than maybe it was $159. It was definitely slightly cheaper than what I had actually ordered from, but I could cancel that order because they didn't have it in stock. So I went over to his site, and it wasn't listed anywhere on his site. So I sent him an email, and he did get back to me Monday morning saying it'll be on the site this morning. And then when he put it on there, it was $169. So I don't know what happened there. Obviously, he didn't have them in stock. Little unhappy with that experience, but I haven't purchased anything from him, and seems like a nice enough guy. But if you can't meet a price, don't slap it on a live stream or even on one of his videos. I watched some of his videos. They're fairly entertaining. If you haven't checked out JD Tico, I think he's getting close, or probably actually overshot 10,000 by now subscribers, considering he's only been doing it for a short period of time. That's pretty impressive. So we'll get into the comparison here. These are the impacts that I have. I actually have two of these Ingersolls. I just brought one of them out in my actual current rotation as in a backup unit, in this case for the shop truck. It does have a whip hose. I've kind of gotten away from the whip hoses. And then I was going to weigh in my old Mac Impact, which is an IR rebrand if I remember correctly. But I don't know where it is right at the moment. I think I might have taken it home. I thought it was in the shop truck, but I didn't see it. So I weighed these units in. They're actually in order of weight, heaviest being the Milwaukee here. So I'll kind of take you through that and then kind of do a little size comparison. I've been able to get a fitting in this. I wasn't able to get the swivel that I normally prefer, as you can see there. I tried to pick one up this weekend, but I couldn't find any 3/8 ones. I didn't want to put a quarter if I didn't have to. I couldn't even find a quarter one, to be honest. Shelves are pretty bare. So I just put a regular fitting in it. I'm going to have to order one of these swivels. That's a lot of extra length, especially when you stick the airline on the end of it, trying to get it crammed into somewhere. I mean, the gun's fairly large anyways, but you still got to get into reasonably tight spaces. So here's what I got. Weight-wise, I measured the Milwaukee high output unit here with the 5 amp hour battery, which is what came with it. I figured that was fair because you're not going to use it without the battery. You might use it with a smaller battery or a larger battery, but that's actually the one that comes in the kit, even though I did buy this as a bare tool. And it weighed in at 7.6 pounds with the battery. And that is a 0.6, so just over a half a pound. That's the way the scales that I have access to read, unless you do grams, and I don't know what a gram is. This unit here, which when I first picked it up, this Thor, first time I took it out of the box, man, I thought, man, that thing's heavy. And it is definitely heavier than the other air impacts here, but not as much as I thought. It is maybe it's that it's a little top heavy because it's got a lot of mass up here. It's definitely a little wider. So the Thor impact weighed in at an even 5 pounds with this fitting without the swivel, but those don't have too much weight. And then the air cat here, this is a 1200K, which is what I've been using as my standard air impact currently in the shop. Since I feel like my Ingersoll's a little down on power these days, at least this one. But I had this gun, so I've been using it, and I'm actually been fairly impressed. It's fairly quiet. It seemed to have some decent chutzpah. So this unit weighed in at 4.8 pounds, so just over 4 3/4 of a pound. So actually pretty close in weight to the new gun. They're all of them except for the little guy on the end here I wouldn't consider extremely far off, except for this guy. He's quite a bit high. So Ingersoll titanium. Put this thing on the scale as it is right here. This has been my go-to for a long time, till recently, and it weighed in at 4.25 pounds, so 4 1/4 pounds as it sits here. So there's roughly 3/4 of a pound difference between this unit and this unit. It is noticeable. And then this here, the Matco. I don't know much about this one. This one's one that came in that Epic 68-inch toolbox. It's obviously a Matco gun, but I don't know the exact model on it or anything. This unit here came in at 2 pounds, 2.6 pounds. So just a skosh over 2.5 pounds. And as you can see here, let's see if I can do a couple little matchups here real quick. And we'll look at the heights first. If I can move you guys just a skosh. This unit, obviously the tallest. I've had problems getting this thing into places. Definitely. Out in the field, it's a good tool. In the shop, I just can't. I don't even bring it in the shop anymore. Not normally. It's just not worth it. Air's available. It's easier just to use air. The weight is prohibitive. It doesn't fit in. It's got good power. Though, according to Torque Test channel, this one I think actually beat it out in power. With high flow and higher line pressures. This unit here, as you can see, quite a bit shorter than this one, than the Aircat. And we'll slide this one over here. So, away for a minute. Slightly shorter than the the IR. I wouldn't call that dramatic, but that could make the difference in some cases as far as height. Once you get the socket on there, let's say you're all using the same sockets. And then obviously this guy here, I'd say it's maybe 2/3 the length. And it doesn't have as much power even as the Ingersoll, but I do actually like this for getting into tight places where you need more power than even a 3/8 titanium can put out. This thing actually can best that pretty good. And then we'll take a quick look at width compared to the new arrival here. See if I can come up with a way here. It looks, there we go. It's like the width is pretty comparable, which may potentially cause a problem. That's one of the things I noticed with this is driveline bolts. Your center access point off your thing causes a problem that you'll be hitting the driveline really hard on the side while you're trying to get driveline bolts on these big trucks. I'll have to try it out a few times. But the width looks pretty similar. Obviously the length is much shorter than that one. And they'll go here against the Aircat. See if I can get both those in frame here. It is definitely skinnier. I don't know the best way to show this. The Aircat is definitely skinnier. Is it enough skinnier to make a difference? Maybe, maybe not. I do like that this one is shorter because I have had problems getting this Aircat in a few places. And then the IR titanium, once again, I think it's a little bit skinnier than that Aircat, but definitely skinnier. I possibly would make a difference between this Astro Thor impact. And then of course the Matco, definitely skinnier, definitely shorter. If you don't need the power, and I'm not saying this doesn't have decent power, but if you don't need all the beans, and you can fit this one in, be a very good candidate. Some of the things I noticed on this, just getting the fitting in this morning. So I haven't actually had a socket on it yet. I have had it on air, but things I noticed, nice feature here. Actually has one of those pencil greasers for the bearing up front. So that's a sign that they're expecting this tool to last a while. You don't see that much on a lot of tools anymore, but it allows you to grease that bearing as needed over time. So that's definitely a nice feature. The trigger, you can't really see it in life, but I can kind of feel it when you're pulling it. But it's definitely a 2-stage trigger. You can feel it gets caught, and then you've got maybe half the RPMs or something, and then you can push through that fairly easy. But you definitely have to pull harder to get full RPMs. The shifter seemed a little odd to me. I like it, but it's going to take some getting used to. It's not a flip down, it's actually a push across. See that there? It's fairly similar to the way cordless impacts are, so it shouldn't be an issue getting used to it, but it is different. I do like the fact there's no controls on the rear. That's one of the problems I've had with some of my IRs. I've actually backed them into things and gotten these buttons jammed up and then damaged the housings, and I've got a 3/8 one that doesn't like to keep buttons in it in particular. So at least if you back it into something, you're not going to damage the button, and you can just change direction here and slide it back in. I don't know how much I'll use this, probably not, but they have their, I guess, power adjustments down here on the base. It's out of the way. I don't think I'll probably use it, but at least as long as it stays in high, that's all I really care about. For the most part, it's I I haven't got to try the trigger, but it's usually a trigger control thing, unless this trigger is just unbearable to control. Fit and finish overall, pretty nice. Didn't come all scuffed up or anything. Looks like it was well put together, well built. The only thing I could say on fit and finish is this sticker right here, which is, you know, just basically the information on the back. I noticed, you can see where I stuck my fingernail on it. It's I mean, it's just a sticker, but it is not stuck on, and this gun hasn't had its socket on it yet. So it'd be nice if they could maybe put a little better adhesive on that. I'm not too worried about it. The serial number, oddly enough, is down here, which I don't know if that is going to be of importance maybe for warranty or something, but it's actually not on that sticker, so I'm not sure how well that'll stay in either, to be honest. Probably wouldn't hurt to take a picture of it. I believe these come with a 1-year warranty, if I remember correctly. So that's a quick overview of the new Thor Astro Impact, model number 1894. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Comment down below. And as always, have a great day.